It's kind of up in the air until we see what people want. Of course, you can get up to $9,000 of discounts on any Chevy truck you want to buy right now because the auto show's on. Shit, I should go buy a Chevy with those kind of discounts. Damn.
Get yourself a Canyon.
No, I like the GMC Sierra. I do like what they did with the front end of that. It does look cool. It looks like like a robot almost.
Fuck it, get a 2500 HD.
Put a diesel on that baby.
Have some dualies on it.
Yep.
Use it twice a year.
Yeah, you're getting into some serious vehicles when you need extra wheels on the back. Or the front. Just put wheels on it.
Some more wheels. Why is there so many wheels?
Tires changed. How much was that? $10,000. That's not yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with models right now, and thank you very much for that. It was unexpected and surprise, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Ideas came to my head or my mind as soon as I saw it.
Well, it's good you have enough. All your people had information about it. So.
Oh yeah, like I said, that's I'm lucky to have that place so close. Because like anything you want to do, they have a model of which one is it? The Kitty Hawk?
Yeah.
Or the Enterprise? It would be the length of my dining room table.
Jesus Christ.
$500 model. It's
Yeah, I've seen those before.
I've seen them in museums. I've never seen that in real life.
I don't know. Fuck it. Like when you're getting that big, you might as well just be making your own fucking model.
They sell supplies to do that too. I've seen that.
I molded my own model.
They have generic just plastic strips you can buy.
Wait, ever see? There's like some crazy dude in Britain who like makes battleships out of matchsticks.
And
it's like it's incredibly intricate, and like it's just it's just like thousands of hours, and like here's a 20-foot battleship made out of matchsticks. Because you think like, okay, you chop the matchstick off, and it's one of those like thick wooden ones.
Yeah.
And then he's just whittling the details into every little piece of wood and like gluing shit together.
I could see it.
Yeah, it's amazing and crazy all at the same time.
Well, there's everyone like this model shop we have in town. There's everyone going there from people like me who are just strictly amateurs, just beginning guys, to people who do like, yeah, I'm building my own enterprise. It's just out of plastic and heat guns and show you pictures on their phone. It's like, holy fuck, that looks like a studio model. It's like, yeah, I've been working on it for 5 years. Guys that go down there and do that stuff, and it's like, yeah, what's the best epoxy and what's the the problem with working with resin is I built a model of this ship and it was so heavy I had to put bolts through it, and it weighed like 300 pounds when I was done. It's like, what the fuck are you making?
Yeah, what? I've never heard good things about resin models. So, like, what's the advantage to having a resin model?
It's for real obscure stuff where the companies aren't going to make it. You can. It's very easy to mold with resin.
Oh, okay.
Not hard to make dyes. Like for dyes for like most of the stuff we work with is like polystyrene. That's what most models are made out of.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's basically what styrofoam cups are made out of, just a little more stern. And you have to make metal molds for thousands and thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
To injection mold those things. And now, like the standards are so high, the level of detail people want is so high. Because there's some models that cost $300, like just
yeah. Oh yeah.
But the kind of detail people want for that is pretty insane. So like resin model. That's like, there was some starship I wanted to build from. It wasn't an official one from the movies, but it's one that looked cool.
Well, I remember the first resin model I saw was like, I was looking up some Star Wars kits or whatever,
Yeah.
And I guess the one they never made was a Super Star Destroyer. But there was like a $300 resin model you could get. It was like 5 feet long and weighed like 200 pounds or some crazy shit like that. But like the guys is like, yeah, it always it's like if you have it in heat, it'll warp out of like there's all these things wrong with it, but the guy still made it or whatever, and he had it like hooked up with like fiber optic cables, so like there's like windows for every light, and it looked really cool, but seemed like a really fucking big hassle.
Yeah, they it's like Grayson had, because I made him the Sherman tank from the movie Fury, and I got like all the lettering, and I tried to get it as true to that tank as I could. And then like they had the Fury kit online for that model, which almost cost as much as the model, but it was all resin. It had all the bags and stuff that were on the back, everything from the movie, but it was all made out of resin. But it was like $35, and I told Grayson, I said, how realistic do you how deep do you want to go on this? He's like, we don't have to do that, Dad. And I was like, okay, thanks. But it's like little stuff like that. People that want something very particular, like the big model making companies aren't going to invest, have an engineer and mold do that. So that's what the resin is. And resin, you can just straight up put epoxy on it. Like, it's really, it's stern stuff. You don't have, you can super glue it. It's there's I've never worked with it because I've heard, it can be kind of a pain in the ass. Like I know, like that one resin kit I was looking at was for something from Star Wars or Star Trek, and it was a starship. It was kind of an unofficial one, but it looked cool. But yeah, some guy was talking about what it was like to build that model, and it seemed like a lot more problem solving than I'm capable of. I'm still learning the basics, so
yeah.
And plus, eventually, and it was a big, long model too. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna run out of room for this stuff. But yeah, that's there's an application for everything you want to do out there now. So if anyone was ever thinking about getting into models, this is a good time now. It's kind of a weird renaissance. It was almost gone for a while there.
Yeah.
And now it's all high dollar though. It's none of it's like,
yeah,
with your son, it's like, and we are doing.
Well, there's still all those Revel kits out there, but they just kind of suck by comparison. But if you're good, you can make all those models look really fucking nice.
Yeah, I have some snap together models that I essentially practice painting on.
So I was also thinking about getting you a car. I was gonna get you the Smokey and the Bandit car, but I couldn't find like a really good one.
Yeah, old Trans Am.
Yeah.
Cars are something I've not. See, there's different. There's different genres. There's like the pure military guys, and then there's the sci-fi guys, and then there's like the car guys. And the car guys, that's a whole different kind of painting process, and like those guys build paint booths. I mean, a lot of people do, and you should, because you get a lot of dust if you don't. But the guys that you can't do, I've never heard of anyone successfully doing a lot of cars, like if you want to build a hot rod from the muscle car era, that's all oils, and you can make amazing paint jobs for them. I mean, you can make them look really slick, but it's like a whole different discipline from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, because I like things to look like old and beat up and kind of strange. And my microphone's doing this again. Hold on. And oh boy,
your level's getting wonky.
Yeah, it wasn't doing this forever, and now it's doing it again.
I don't like. It doesn't sound different on my end, but you see the levels, so.
Well, it gets to the point I can only hear myself through one ear, and like I said, there's no reason this should be doing this. This is a different cable. That's loud for everyone. Because it just slowly starts. Yeah, see, just slowly starts to fade. And this stuff does not see. It's not like there's a rock band borrowing my equipment during the week. This stuff just. I don't know why. There, we're back. I don't know why it does this, but there we go.
Handshakes.
Something's going on. Always something going on. But yeah, there's a lot of different genres, and I don't dedicate myself to one genre. So I like the I like a lot of the like I like the Cold War, so I like to build stuff from that era
Yeah.
and military equipment. It just because it looks cool. And then sci-fi stuff, of course, because that's pure imagination. No one can be like, well, that was never like that never had a 50 caliber. It's like, well, it's fucking made up, so who gives a shit?
So I almost like to get you a Gundam model, but like you don't know anything. I don't think you have any kind of reverence for any of the Gundam stuff. But like those ones are cool because you basically just you put together like a model, and then when you're done, you have an action figure.
I've heard really good things about them, and I know from being in the looking around the model store, they have such a quantity of products for like they have the Gundam detail pins and 90 different colors, and they
Yeah,
have the
well, they also come in different. There's like hobby grade, which that's like your regular one, and there's like master grade sets, where it's like it's even more detailed and has way more parts and it's bigger. It's like they get pretty fucking crazy and pretty fucking crazy expensive. But
yeah, all those Japanese models seem like
I bought like I was a when Gundam Wing first came out. That was my first exposure to Gundam, which is probably the worst Gundam thing.
yeah.
But I thought it was really cool. Uh, I bought like all the models they had at Toys R Us, and they still had like Japanese writing all over them. So they're just like, and then they're just sitting around here. And then I don't remember how much I paid for them, but like I sold them on eBay for like $80. So like they're put together and everything, all the boxes and shit. I was like, all right, take this off my hands. Like, oh shit, $80, okay.
It's sold. I wish